I've got peace like a river, I've got peace like a river, I've got peace like a river in my soul. I've got peace like a river, I've got peace like a river, I've got peace like a river in my soul. I've got love like an ocean, I've got love like an ocean, I've got love like an ocean in my soul. I've got love like an ocean, I've got love like an ocean, I've got love like an ocean in my soul.
Today we are looking at Nehemiah Part 4. Goodbye. Good day, friends. I have a message for you, and it's taken from Mark 9:43, and it said, "If thy hand offend thee, cut it off. It is better for thee to enter into life than having two hands to go into hell, into the fire that never shall be quenched." So, friends, God is telling us that all the bad habits we have in our life, to cut it off. And in our life, like being bad to our friends, trying to face our parents, and doing all the bad things in our lives, God wants us to cut it off. So it doesn't mean that literally cut off your hand, it means to cut off all the bad things in our life, right? So I'm going to sing the song to you. Lord, I want to be a Christian in my heart, in my heart. Lord, I want to be a Christian in my heart, in my heart, in my heart. Lord, Christian in my heart. Amen.
Boys and girls, my name is Andrew Johnson. I'll be teaching you guys today about onions. Onions! Did you know that onions is a vegetable? Did you know that there are 6 different types of onions? Did you know that this is a white onion in my hand? Let's set it down right there. If you don't know what onions look like, well, I'm going to show you what it does to you. Did you know that onions help you reduce cholesterol and inflammation? Fun fact, did you know that onions make you cry like a baby? And the next time when your mom goes to the store, ask her if she can pick up a bag.
Nature testify of God.
Yay!
Boys and girls, today we are looking at a snake.
Snakes.
Hi boys and girls, today we are looking at snakes. Now, did you know that there are more than 3,000 species of snakes on the planet? And they are found everywhere except Antarctica, Iceland, Ireland, Greenland, and New Zealand. Now, those are places to live. Just kidding. About 600 species are venomous and only 200, which is 7%, are able to kill or significantly wound a human. Now be honest, boys and girls, do you like snakes? Now, non-venomous snakes, which range from harmless garter snakes to the not so harmless pythons, dispatch their victims by swallowing them alive or constricting them to death. So you have to be careful when you see a snake, boys and girls, because especially if you do not know if it is venomous or non-venomous. Did you know that about once a month snakes shed their skin? A process called ecdysis that makes room for growth and get rid of parasites. Now they rub against a tree branch or other object, then slither out of their skin head first, leaving it discarded inside out. Did you know that they also have sea snakes? Most snakes live on land, but there are about 70 species of snakes that live in the Indian and Pacific Ocean. So continue to learn about snakes, boys and girls.
Hi boys and girls, today I am telling you a next character building story, and this story is entitled A Faithful Dog. Mr. Edward Barnes of Lowell, Massachusetts possessed a remarkably intelligent collie named Punt. Mr. Barnes, being an invalid, had to wheel himself about in a chair. And often the dog, by means of chains, pulled the chair along the street. It was great fun for both dog and man.
who had been his companion for 10 years. How many years? 10 years. Now, one clever thing that Punt did, which greatly pleased his master, is told by Mr. Barn himself. He says, during the summer of 1912, I had the misfortune to break my left arm and was in the hospital for a long period of time. Owing to the nature of my disability, the bone did not knit readily. On my return, the first time I went out with Punt and found much difficulty in wheeling myself up the runway which I had built from the yard to the pizzeria. Now, Punt had preceded me and was waiting at the door. He looked at me a moment and, seeming to realize what hard work it was for me, he gave a back and jumped off the runway, got behind my chair and pushed with his forepaw all the way up. This he did without my speaking a word to him, and he continued to do so for a long time after. Now, if I have to give a theme to this story, I would give helpfulness. Now, boys and girls, are you helpful to your parents and your friends? God wants us to be helpful at every time. He wants us to help those who can't help themselves. That is what God wants to do, because that is what Jesus did for us. He did something which we couldn't do for ourselves. And that is He came and died for us to save us from our sin. Now today, or this week, I want you to do something that is very helpful for someone else.
fold it in half. And press down the crease. And then open it and then use the crease to make a cake for one end and then the other. So next, now we are going to take another sheet of vertical board and draw it over two.
We are reading from Nehemiah chapter 4. But it came to pass that when Sanballat heard that we builded the wall, he was wroth, and took great indignation, and mocked the Jews. And he spake before his brethren and the army of Samaria, and said, What do these feeble Jews? Will they fortify themselves? Will they sacrifice? Will they make an end in a day? Will they revive the stones out of the heap of the rubbish which are burned? Now Tobiah the Ammonite was by him, and he said, Even that which they build, if a fox go up, he shall even break down their stone wall. Hear, O God, for we are despised, and turn the reproach upon thine own head, and give them for a prey in the land of captivity. And cover not their iniquity, and let not their sin be blotted out from before thee. For they have provoked thee to anger before the builders. So built we the wall, and all the wall was joined together unto the half thereof. For the people had a mind to work. But it came to pass that when Sanballat and Tobiah and the Arabians and the Ammonites and the Ashdodites heard that the wall of Jerusalem were made up, and that the breaches began to be stopped, then they were very wroth, and conspired all of them together to come and to fight against Jerusalem and to hinder it. Nevertheless, we made our prayer unto our God, and set a watch against them day and night because of them. And Judah said, The strength of the bearers of burdens is decayed, and there is much rubbish, so that we are not able to build the wall. And our adversary said, They shall not know neither see, till we come in the midst among them, and slay them, and cause the work to cease. And it came to pass that when the Jews which dwelt by them came, they said unto us 10 times, From all the places whence ye shall return unto us, they will be upon you. Therefore set I in the lower places behind the wall, and on the higher places. I even set the people after their families, with their swords, their spears, and their bows. And I looked and rose up and said unto the nobles, and to the rulers, and to the rest of the people, Be not ye afraid of them. Remember the Lord, which is great and terrible, and fight for your brethren, your sons and your daughters, your wives and your houses. And it came to pass, when our enemies heard that it was known unto us, and God had brought their counsel to naught, that we return all of us to the wall, every one unto his work. And it came to pass from that time forth, that the half of my servants wrought in the work, and the other half of them held both the spears and shields and bows, and they that bear burdens, with those that laden, every one with one of his hands wrought in the work, and with the other hand held a weapon. For the builders, every one, had his sword girded by his side, and so builded. And he that sounded the trumpet was by me. And I said unto the nobles, and to the rulers, and to the rest of the people, the work is great and large, and we are separated upon the wall, one far from another. In that place thereof ye heard the sound of the trumpet. Resort ye thither unto us. Our God shall fight for us. So we labored in the work, and half of them held the spears from the rising of the morning till the stars appeared. Likewise at the same time said I unto the people, let every one with his servant lodge within Jerusalem, that in the night they may be a guard to us, and labor on the day. So neither I, nor my brethren, nor my servants, nor the men of the guard which followed me, none of us put forth our clothes, saving that everyone put them off for washing. Stay tuned for another chapter in the book Nehemiah.